I'm loving it. Women are so damn confused at why they're getting rejected by good men. It's hilarious.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee, and I
Hey,
am
Dee Dee.
back with another reaction video for you guys. Now, we always hear women talk about men hate to get rejected by women and how they spaz out and they act a fool when a woman rejects them, but we never really talk about
There are some men that do. We're not saying it, they don't.
how women act or how women feel when they get rejected from the guys that they're interested in. So I want to play this video because it speaks on what happens and how women think when they get rejected, how it makes them feel, you know, how much they hate rejection as well. And we can all agree that I don't think anybody likes rejection.
No.
But there's a certain way that you should handle it because you can't control other people and their choices. So you have to be able to accept it and move on. But a lot of women really hate rejection, and it plays out in how they treat men on the dating scene. So I want to get it.
I mean, it plays out how they treat men, period, right? A lot of women just hate men in general.
Into this, make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you like the content, share and like the video, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos or go live. All right, let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
Y'all, when women get rejected, oh, it's deep. I don't know what it is, but we do not handle it well. Actually, I do know what it is, and I'm gonna tell you in this video. Women desire to be desired. Okay, that is something you won't see in every woman. She wants to be desired. Some people allow their desire to run them. Some people can harness their desire, but all women deep down want to be desired. And
Sure.
so when she's not desired or does not feel desirable, she takes that internally. I mean,
No, 100%. This is why you ignore women. This is why you focus on your grind, you do your thing, and then women notice that you ignore them, and they get upset and curious.
it makes her sad. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause you to feel like you're not good enough. It can cause hopelessness. I mean, it gets very deep. Because of that, I think a lot of women don't put themselves out there. I think it boils down to one simple thing. That as women, we have to accept that looks matter. And we can fight it, we can argue it, but looks matter.
Yeah, looks matter. You got to also accept the fact that not every man sees you as attractive.
Nope.
Every man does not see you the way you might.
And this is the other thing for us men too. Not every woman's gonna see you as attractive. So it's fine if you shot your shot and it didn't work out. It's okay. Someone's more than likely will find you attractive. It might not be your looks, it could be your confidence, it could be other things about you.
See yourself, you know what I mean? Just because you think you're, you know, the best thing since sliced bread doesn't mean that every man is going to see you the same way. And it also doesn't mean that every man is going to, you know, be interested in you. As much as we talk about men of being, you know, afraid of rejection, women are just as afraid. It's just maybe they may not hate.
I feel like women are worse, right? Men actually deal with it throughout their lives constantly. That's the difference. Where women, I don't think most women in their 20s have ever been rejected or been denied anything.
Handled it the same way because men and women are different. More women internalize their feelings when they don't get the outcome that they think more than men. I don't think men internalize. I think men may have a response to it, and some may, you know, act out in a certain way, but they don't internalize it. It's outwardly shown. Maybe they'll get mad, or maybe they'll just move on or whatever. But I think internalizing something to where it affects you mentally is much worse because you're not letting it go. You're holding on to it, and you're gonna.
I mean, it's the whole neuroticism for women, right? The more they think about things, the more it tends to be negative.
Use that as a basis for how you treat men and how you move going forward. So I think she's right about that. Let's continue.
When a man's not attracted to us, it hits deep. Because most men are rejecting you because they're not attracted to you.
My theory about why women will chase after a man or become a pick-me for a man, even if the man clearly shows her that he doesn't like her. I feel like this more has to do with how women have a hard time taking rejection as opposed to actually liking that man. There are exceptions to the rule where yes, you can like a man and he doesn't like you back, and you know, it's like...
I also feel like it's that conquering of a man, right? Like, oh, this man doesn't like me, I'm gonna show him what he's missing out. And then when he does like her, it's like, oh, I knew it.
okay, I want to chase him because I really like him. But realistically, no matter what you look like, women are far less used to rejection than men are.
Yes.
But when women get rejected, I honestly feel like if you're not used to rejection, we take it personally, especially when it comes from men. And when a man is really showing you that he doesn't like you, if you're not really good with taking rejection, your ego is going to be very hurt and then say, I need to prove that I'm good enough, or I need to prove that, I like, why don't you like me? And then constantly wanting to pursue and become insecure with, all of the things that come with
I
rejection.
think men also do this, but to a less degree.
So my advice is that if you are currently chasing somebody that does not like you, or are currently a pick me for somebody that doesn't like you, check your relationship with rejection. Time, right, where it's like rejection is protection, but sometimes like people just don't like you, or you're not a good fit for that
True.
person, and that is okay. It doesn't say anything about you, and it doesn't mean that you're not worthy. But again, if you're not used to that rejection, and you're not used to that confidence or that self-esteem that comes with being okay with rejection, you are going to have a hard time with it, and so is your ego. It's so crazy because sometimes women will feel rejected by somebody that is just a bum. Everything that they have on their list is like, I want a man that does this, 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 and that. And this other guy, just because they reject her in any way, shape, or form, they will go on and on and on about, I need to have this guy know that, I'm worthy, or I have to have this guy pick me and acknowledge me. I'm just saying it could be helpful. And again, I don't really think it has anything to do with really liking a guy, like, because once a guy like gives in, it's like, I like you, and then it's like, well, now I don't like you, and
Yeah.
vice versa with men too. I just don't know as people why we do
There are
that.
some
Yeah,
men
and
that
I
like
think it
this.
speaks to how when we talk about relationships and women, the worth of a woman, and whether a man is interested in her or not, it speaks to how women will respond with, oh, I don't have a problem with getting men because my DMs are full.
Yep.
It makes me think of that when women say, oh, my DMs, because I don't have a problem getting a man because my DMs are full. Those men of your DMs are not your men, nor
Nope.
does it seem like you're trying to actually start a relationship with any of them in your DMs. It's almost as if it's some type of validation or clarification of the fact that you are, worthy enough to get the attention of men in general. So it says that you're worth a lot, depending on how many men, will come to your DMs to say how beautiful you are, how good you look, and how.
But to me, it definitely doesn't really show that, right? Because all men will do that. We're all for all women, right? Most men will DM most women. They're not selecting the best ones for them, or just good women, or solid women, or high class, or high value, or whatever the hell you want to say women. No, they're just going through the numbers.
How all these nice things they say to you, it kind of boosts your ego and makes validates your feelings of how you already feel about yourself. But what happens is it's like a ego boost, and it's a temporary fix. But a lot of women are okay with that, because if they're getting that on a daily basis and that's all that they have, they hold on to it. Because ultimately, those men are not trying to take you seriously for marriage and solid relationships and build families with you and lives with you. They're just there for whatever reason or another. But in many cases, it's enough for these women, because if they don't have what they really want, then that's enough to hold them down, to make them feel good about themselves, to carry on until they get what they actually want. This is why when you tell women, them DMs don't mean jack shit. That's just men telling you what you want to hear. But in the reality, in the real world, you don't have a bunch of men running behind you to be with you and make you their wives. You don't have a whole bunch of men courting you to marry you, because, they're not.
Hell, most of those men in DMs aren't even willing to pay for dinners for you, I'm sure.
So I think when they focus on the reality part, it makes them bitter, angry, and they feel small. So you got to understand to separate your feelings from actuality and accept things for what they are, so that you can possibly make changes, so that you can actually get the outcome that you want. Because as long as you're dealing in these delusional mindsets or this delusional framework, you're going to continue to get delusional outcomes, and a delusional outcomes is not what you want, because they're not real. But anyway, let's continue.
If you find yourself struggling with this, check your ego and about how you feel about rejection. You will most likely realize that it has everything to do with the way that you take it, and it will help you move on from men that you're being a pick me for, chasing that don't like you, so much easier.
It really is. It's like, I go by this, right? If you don't like me, I don't like you. I just don't put in effort. If you show it at least an ounce of like, and you reciprocate the feelings, and you show me that you're liking me and all these things, then sure, I will reciprocate the feelings 100%. But if you don't show any of that stuff, I just move on. And it's easy to move on, right? Because I want the same thing they want. And if they don't want to give it, then they can push off.
Literally talked myself into going back to talk to him. I got in the car and I'm like, because I don't know, I felt like maybe if I engaged, he would like, like
That
eventually
nose ring.
like
It's even worse when it's only like one side. It looks weird.
just take the bait. But I went back and I seen him and I got enough courage and I was like, oh my gosh, like, would it be really weird if like I asked for your number? And then he was like, well, I'm actually talking to someone. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're so honest. Like, 'cause I feel like some guys, like, he just seemed like the guy. Even his response, it's like, I would want to be with you because you just seem like a honest ass person. And he just shook my hand and he was just so like chivalrous. He was like one of those like proud, strong black kings. And I don't know.
Girl, you don't qualify for one of those.
Like
Sorry.
it hit me that like, and I don't want to say never, never is stupid. But I am like 25 and like every I don't know, I just feel like I'm not like cut out for like
Girl, you're decent looking, maybe average, but remove that nose ring, fix the attitude, you're gonna find a good man. Like, this is the sad reality for women. They can actually find good men. They just have to fix a couple things. But they're not willing to do any of that.
relationship. It's like probably so stupid. I don't know. Why can't I
Don't be licking your tears, girl. I know it's salty, but
find my soulmate or have like this amazing partner? Just it just feels like it'll always be this way.
It won't always be that way, and I just think that
And how do you know, Dee Dee? You can't just say that.
sometimes, and I do believe
Yeah, I mean, you're
that
right.
sometimes you might just have to make some changes. I think, and
And that's not sometimes. Most of the times you gotta make changes. If you're not getting the results you want in life, then you have to make changes.
a lot of people don't believe that they should have to do that. I say this all the time. They don't believe that they have to adjust or make changes to themselves to
It's
get
crazy,
what it is that they
Dee Dee.
want. And I just think
Crazy.
that does a disservice to a lot of individuals who think that way. If you want something and you find yourself having a hard time getting it, what's wrong with you adjusting to see if you can get a better outcome?
Correct.
If you're stuck in your own way and you believe that you're just good the way you are, you don't have to make any adjustments or anything to yourself in order to see if you can get a better outcome, I think that's a bad way to look at it. And it doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. Always love yourself, love who you are, but understand that there are some tweaks or some adjustments that you could make if you really want a different outcome, a better
Correct.
outcome. That's my thoughts on that. But listen, once again, when it comes to rejection, yeah, I think a lot of women internalize the rejection. They don't like it, and they use that and hold that against other men.